Bookers Podcast.
All right, at least you're not a cuck like Pearce. Anyway,
He really is.
he sets back the bald revolution many hundreds of years. You know, the first leader of the human tribes was a bald man. I don't know if you know that. Welcome to the Basement Bookers Podcast. Thank you for coming in the middle of Bald History Month. I don't know if that's true, but if it is, happy Bald History Month. Rich there is. Just
Thank you.
looking out for the people. Welcome in, everybody. We're here to talk about Monday Night Raw. Forgive Rich there is. He just finished listening to a crazy homeless man rant outside of his window about all sorts of crazy shit. You know how they are. But
You should have heard it.
I honestly, dude, I'm glad I didn't, because who's got time for that kind of energy?
Not
But
it.
this kind of energy, about 69% of you are not subscribed. If you could please do us a favor right away, give us a like and or subscribe. As soon as you like, the podcast does get better. See, it just got better. Rich, there's a lot to talk about. There's bad big brothers. Bad little brothers.
Yep.
Bad men, bad clay men. Scarlet and Cross at home. We got a lot going on.
I'm glad you saw that too, by the way.
Yeah, we'll get to, I know that wasn't on the itinerary during the pre-show strategic meeting that we always have. We definitely plan things out and try to keep things straight and focus on what's important. Rich, before we start, I figured I'd let you. Was there anything that you wanted to talk about before I steal everything? Did you want to go in on any subject in specifically?
Well, I figure you just touched on Cross and Scarlet at home. I definitely saw the parallel between that and Aleister Black and Zelina Vega now, and I really got the feeling that when they started, now this is the first time we're seeing them together on screen, like since the Last Man Stand or whatever it was, the Falls Count Anywhere match, Street
Right.
Fight, whatever the hell it was. Um, it really, really had a Cross Scarlet vibe, and it gives me the feeling that someone in creative said, we have these two things and they're the same, so why do we need both of them? This one is doing this thing. This one here, he kind of seems like he's going out on his own, trying to make stuff happen on TV that wasn't approved, so maybe let's... And that's what happened. Speculation.
I don't.
Sources
Well,
nowhere near the situation told us anything.
that. Yeah, that's the point, right? So
Mm.
here's what I don't think. I think this came after letting him go. One, two. If you listen to Cross speak when he goes on interviews and he, talks about himself and Scarlett, and I understand that wrestling is an ego business, and it's important to invest in your character, and it's also good. You got to believe in yourself. I think Karrion Cross believes in himself way too much for the liking of the people that he has to talk to. We all have that friend where it's like, I don't think you see where you're at really. You know what I mean? It's like the leverage you think you have, you don't really have. The fact that you got away with getting two checks, because let me tell you something, brother. I'm just going at this from I had to cut my heart out before I came on here, and I had to go put it in a jar like a lich, because no feelings here, okay? There's no feelings here. I don't know these people. They don't know me. But she didn't wrestle. She just came out and looked hot. Which, by the way, if you can swing that, turn me green. You know, if you can swing that, that's fine. But it was probably not enough for the the piggy bank men. You know, they're desperate. Richter is. They need all the money. How else are they going to get all the money? You know, they got to charge. They got to overcharge fans for seats. You
Yeah,
know,
they are.
they got to overcharge for T-shirts and all this stuff and belts and
Mm-hmm.
this and that. It's like you expect them to pay two people for one act? Outrageous.
Yeah. So speaking of that, I looked at SmackDown is coming to Barclays Center. I think January 2nd or something like that. The nosebleed seats, way in the back, the cheap shit, starting at $126. Fuck
You
out
see
of
what I
here.
mean? You see
Yeah.
what I mean? I'm glad we
Balls.
enjoyed our last Monday Night Raw at the Barclays Center
Mm-hmm.
uh,
And I
until
keep getting these ads. I keep getting these ads. Hey, NXT is coming to the whatever center. No.
yeah, that's it's funny because that's where something like AEW can thrive with
Mm-hmm.
pricing for families, like Tony Khan says, but at the same time drown a man in an in a fucking fish tank. So look, maybe I don't know
Bring the
what's for
family. It's
families.
great.
Maybe look, I don't know. All right, I'm just look at this podcast. All right, guys, look,
Don't try this
I
at home or fucking anywhere else, kids.
no. What before it was like a plastic bag over the head, dog. Like, come on, son.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and then they're like, well, Zelina Vega's not really doing anything. Aleister Black, he's got something, but maybe he's missing something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like everybody's smart to this already. They already
Mm-hmm.
know that they're together, and you probably have a lot of people like, why aren't they together on TV? I've wanted Zelina Vega to turn heel and partner up with Andrade when he was here.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll probably be coming back, by the way. Like, he showed up on AEW and knocked out Kenny Omega, and then he's
Mm-hmm.
never been seen again. So you could bring him back. He's probably got some things he's got to fix up. So
Of all the people, now, I'm not saying like nothing against Andrade, but Karrion Cross, bring back Cross, leave Scarlett.
they're not going to do that. I think
I
that was
know.
part of why, they were playing hardball. I think they
Mm.
might have been playing hardball, waiting until the last minute or whatever. Um, so I don't know if you know, but WWE social media has been teasing something. I don't know if you saw the video, but it
Did
is
not.
of a person walking. I'm gonna share it. I have my theories, and you don't. I don't think I'm gonna. I guess I'll play the sound because it's like a 15-second clip,
Okay.
but we'll figure it out. But I have my guesses, so I'm gonna put it in here, and then we'll let it go itself. That's it. So I was thinking it's Gunter. I think Gunter's coming back. I think the Ring General's coming back. Or
Mm.
it could be we're all speculating for this great thing, and it could just be what's that Gabagool guy? From NXT. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, Tony D'Angelo.
Yeah, because like, I'll put it back because like they're nice shoes. Like these look like nice shoes. And
Mm-hmm.
usually Gunter, I don't. Well, maybe you don't pay as much attention. We pay attention to weird shit because it's
Yeah,
like
we
I'll
do.
notice something on someone's trunks or something. You're like, I didn't see nothing. I don't look over there. And then, but his socks, they seem too high because Gunter, he's usually wearing low cut socks where it looks like he's not wearing socks with his shoes. Like that's the only thing I can think of. And then there's another one that was 14 minutes ago. What's with the music? It's not. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's not Gunter. Watch it be Andrade. Watch it
Ah,
be Andrade.
uh, it could be Andrade. Andrade's known for wearing suits also. I think Andrade's a no
Bro,
sock guy.
and the walk is not Vince, guys. Sorry, it's a different kind of walk. So what
Respectfully,
do you
there
think?
is no chance that it's Vince. Um, at first, like we were talking about, I was thinking Andrade. Gunter is a really good guess though. So is Tony D. I am not. I feel like I'm less plugged in with the rest, like the outside WWE at this point. So I don't think I have any better guesses, to be honest.
Okay, don't worry about it. We'll just leave it to the comments. Let everybody, sound off in the comments. Let her know. Let us
Let
know
us
who you
know
think
down
it's gonna be.
below.
Okay. Let's move
Hmm.
on to the Vision Division subtraction.
Hmm.
So Stooge Pierce out. It's like, listen, I'm gonna talk about this title. All right, guys. And then late, not fashionably late, just late. The spaghetti and meatballs over here. You got two big meatballs over there. You got Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. They come out here. Braun Breaker's got the belt. He doesn't want to give it up. Pierce is like, give it up. And then he's like, you got to. And Paul Heyman's like, listen, you got to say please. Or Braun Breaker's like, you got to say please. And he does. And then whatever happens, happens. He finally gives it to him. And we're sitting there and we're like, what the? Mainly me complaining
Hmm.
about the fact that Pierce is acting like a biatch.
Hmm.
You got all the power, dog. Like you've banned these people from the building before.
Yeah.
You gotta put in. It has to mean something to have the power that you wield.
Hmm.
Okay, there have to be rules because then when you do it this way, when you do it the right way, I get it. I know what the problem is. You see, because then someone has to actually write more clever ways for the heel to get around and do the heel shit.
Hmm.
It's just so hard if you have an actual authority figure. But they did later on, they're like, shut the fuck up, podcast guy. Let me tell you something. And then Heyman's like, hey, I noticed you changed the graphic for the Battle Royal. He's like, yeah, because Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed aren't in it. And he's like, well, what do you want me to do with this? And he basically like, say please. And then Heyman, he says please. And then Pierce is like, nah, fuck you, bro. And close the door. That's exactly what happened.
So he redeemed himself, but still, after looking like
Yeah.
a completely inept suit with no soul in it, no personality, no balls.
My thought was later on in hindsight is because I was livid, but in hindsight, that maybe it was more about living to fight another day. You know what I'm saying? Because this
Mm,
guy is unstable. He's
mhm.
unpredictable. It's like, yes, I can find him, but I can't unbreak my rib. You know what I
Right.
mean? I can't undo the harm that he could do on me should I be so inclined.
Hmm.
This is safer. He's not in his face. There's a barrier. Let's pretend there's security that can actually keep Braun Breaker away from killing him. We got to
Hmm.
live in the now. All right. So that happens. Then we have the most anticlimactic, predictable, shitty field of a battle royal, bro. We
Hmm.
couldn't believe it. Like, I couldn't believe it what they gave us. All right. and I should have done my due diligence and had the graphic. But it doesn't matter who was in it. Because at the end of the day, it's Jey Uso. It's like, bro, we just had the number one contenders match that CM Punk won. He already beat Jey. All this to build a match for main event, by the way, that's just going to get disrupted by Braun Breaker. And we're still not going to have a world champion. That's my prediction right there. It's going to be a no contest. All right. Or a disqualification, because either way, ain't no champion. And we'll see.
I was looking to see if I can find the graphic on.
Well, listen, that's why I didn't stop the flow to check it out. But like, it's the usual suspects. You had the fucking War Raiders in there. Like, once I saw that the War Raiders are in there, the War Raiders, poor Sheamus, dude. If Sheamus or Penta, or I can't believe I'm saying this shit. I wanted Dominic Mysterio. I would have taken Dominic Mysterio over Jey. Like Dominic Mysterio versus CM Punk for the world title, the Intercontinental. That match is gonna get dusted. So who cares who's wrestling Punk? Because at the end of the day, that's what you're gonna give us. There will not be a world heavyweight champion at the end of Saturday night's main event. There will not be. There's no way. There's no way they just let it sit like that. There's no way that Braun Breaker's not involved in this somehow. There's just no way. And it's because of what Heyman said to Breaker and Reed. Like when he was telling him, basically giving him the rundown of how he made Brock Lesnar huge and Roman Reigns, that you got to listen to him. He leaves, and they're basically like, we're going to have to kick some asses. So it doesn't matter. Jey eliminated his own brother. Okay. Let me tell you something, all right? Little Jey he's a jackass, all right? Big Jim probably took care of things and everything when they was growing up. And then Jey gets a little bit of success and forgets who his big brother is. Okay, forgets all about him. Just doesn't call, does it right. Eliminates him, throws him over the top rope with LA Knight. And that's why you got the closing. It's Jey, it's Punk, and right in the middle, sad Jey. Sad Jimmy. Sad Jimmy.
On topic, but not to jump ahead, and then Jey doesn't help Jimmy on Friday.
Well, Jey doesn't go to Raw. So that's... You could make the argument that Jey doesn't give a shit about Jacob. Why didn't he show up with Jimmy about the Jacob thing? But I would accept that if Jey was a regular performer on SmackDown. Like Jimmy went there by himself. What was Jey supposed to do? Get up off the couch, get on the, go driving out there, from wherever Raw's doing or whatever, their little circuits or whatever. You know what I mean?
I just think it further highlights that Jey's looking out for Jey, and unless you're helping him out, stay out of his way.
He's just doing the Roman Reigns. Before we move on from that, I just wanted to say that Seth Rollins, I hope when he comes back that he takes a page out of the Chris Jericho book and just change. Remember when Seth Rollins was gone and it was like redesign, rebuild, reclaim, that shit? Remember that?
Yep.
It's time to redesign, my man, and a challenge. I challenge you to have a theme where you don't have audience participation. Can you get over without that? Because honestly, that's cheating. I've decided. That's just as bad as putting the chants inside like Mercedes Moné does.
CEO.
They're all trying to do the Cody, but they just suck. You know, Cody's music is just the best, and it's been his thing, and like no one's getting tired of it.
Mhm.
So,
It's true.
but yeah, that was my challenge to Seth. Um,
Wow.
mini Roman. Look, come on, man. You know, he's a catchphrase, bro. Sorry about that. And also with LA Knight, I was thinking about this. I was thinking about LA Knight too, and it's like if LA Knight wasn't LA Knight, he'd be making fun of LA Knight. You know, he'd be shitting on the fact that he's also a catchphrase, which is just a regular word, but said, you know, cool, I guess. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Hmm.
So, anyway, I still like LA Knight, and if he would have won, that would have been cool too. LA Knight versus CM Punk is Saturday night's main event to again not crown a world champion would have been fine with me as well.
So I agree. And to talk about LA Knight very briefly, I think he's at that point where his character is not enough. He needs a title. You know, like to stay relevant, he needs a title. He needs to do something. There's he's had a lot of opportunities that haven't gone anywhere. It's should have got off the pot time for LA Knight.
He's like Dolph Ziggler over. Like, you know what is everybody's like they want Dolph Ziggler to win the big one. You
Yeah.
know, they just don't let him. Kind of like that. You know, just name the guy. And at one point we've had that guy and he just doesn't, he just doesn't get it, you know?
Mm. Miz
Mustafa
past couple
Ali,
years.
remember him? You know, he was like, he could win the money in the bank. And then Brock party happened.
Yeah,
So, yeah, we just
that
don't
was
know. And you
wacky.
know what? A little bit of trivia. This year's Money in the Bank. What a disaster. What a disaster. Naomi, vacate. Seth Rollins, vacate. Well, because he won the Money in the Bank, cashed it, vacate,
Yeah, they both had a couple injury debuff and 9-month debuff.
Jade Cargill. All right, Jade Cargill has done what she should have been doing since
Hmm.
before, but whatever. She's heel. She killed Tiffany Stratton. Um, calling it
Cut the
now.
shit, Kathy Kelly.
I think we have a new WWE Women's Champion. I don't think you have Tiffany Stratton beat her so many times and not make the change. Corey Graves mentioned on commentary that he hoped that Tiffany Stratton had goldfish brain, don't so you don't remember so much the failure that just happened and move on from it.
Hmm.
So, she had an easy W over Kiana James,
Hmm.
but she's got to be shook. And now there's this attack. We don't know the extensity of the intensity of the injuries, if any.
Mm.
I just think another call here, not just that we will not have a new world heavyweight champion, it's that we will have a new women's champion. Okay?
Mm. So I'm thinking I might be overbooking again, but let's let the first match, the next first match between Heel Jade and Tiffany Stratton, let Jade get DQ'd for not listening to the ref or shoving the ref down or something, right? Like have Tiffany squeak by, have her win by DQ, then cue the promos of you can't beat me just one on one. You did actually beat me, blah blah blah, and then give it to her. But two things. One, cool looking scar.
Yeah,
You
like
know,
Lion King.
yeah. Um, and second, I had asked you in Messenger. I don't know if you didn't see it or not, but did you catch Michael Cole said that Kiana James was wearing a neck brace on her knee?
Yeah, but I also caught Nia James. Michael Cole referred to Nia Jax as Nia James.
That one I missed. The
So
knee the neck.
obviously someone's hit the bar a little bit too much tonight.
I guess so. The neck brace on the knee thing, I had to rewind. I had to make sure that I heard that because playing Supercard. as we do, I was like, wait a second. I didn't want to say what I heard to my girlfriend. I wanted to make sure I heard what I heard first. I rewound and I said, "Yeah, okay." And she's like, "Did he just say she's wearing a neck brace on her knee?" I said, "Yeah, that's what he said."
Look, I don't know why you wouldn't. It's cozy. They're fluffy.
Mm,
I don't think they offer the same kind of support. What with them being different parts of the body,
mm-hmm.
you know.
Very different.
So yeah, my advice to Jade is to keep on keeping on. You know, like just power. Just use all your power.
Mm-hmm.
And Triple H, I need you to talk to Michael Cole about Jade's power. I want
Mm-hmm.
Corey Graves talking about Jade's power. I want emphasis on power. I want her in a match next week using that power. Okay? So get the toughest broad you got and have her beat the shit out of them with just brute strength.
Mm-hmm.
Because then, when you raise the strength levels, the moves, they're more impactful. Okay? And the
Mm-hmm.
selling, I want it to be like if she does like a power bomb, when they hit the mat, I want it to be like it was Wonder Woman that did it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want it to be like it was Power Girl that did it. Okay, and I would go even further. I'd have her win the match with that. Like she didn't have it to do a finisher on this person.
Mm-hmm.
So just think of what would happen if she did a finisher.
That would be great. That's the way you do it. You can't undersell Jade's power. Like you can talk up and down about her physique. She looks fantastic and always has. But what does that mean? That
Dude,
means she's strong. Tell
look at
us about
Ultimate
it.
Warrior. His move set is not, you know what I'm saying? We're not talking about star ratings here, okay?
Yeah.
It's
Hmm.
not Jushin Thunder Liger.
Hmm.
He's not AJ Styles. Jade, she could just be like do those things.
Hmm.
Bro, they put the Intercontinental title and World Championship on the Ultimate Warrior. They had him beat Hulk Hogan for it. All right? He got away with that shit. I'm just
Hmm.
saying, you got to hide these weaknesses. Okay? You got to hide those weaknesses. Maybe she
Hmm.
shouldn't be brought into the deep waters. Okay?
Short matches.
If somebody brings her into the deep waters, that's when you want her to be in trouble. Okay, when you're trying to make a threat. If you try to make her strong as hell, Mike, boom, Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, when he was Iron Mike Tyson and he was getting in those matches, people started complaining because the matches were too damn short.
Hmm.
He just wins the fights. I mean, the fights were just too damn short, and he would
Hmm.
just because he fucking powerful and scary. But
Hmm.
then you take him into the deep water, you start the mystique wears off. That's when it falls off because they know he's all power and he doesn't have big old gas tank. I don't know. He might. I'm not a boxing guy. I'm just using my imagination here.
Hmm.
So that's all I got to say about Jade, man. What are you thinking?
Well, so just to run with that analogy briefly, in boxing and MMA, typically the bigger guys have less of a gas tank comparatively because they're carrying around so much more muscle, and the lungs that are roughly the same size, they have a lot more work to do. Um, Happy Jade is now a heel. I would like to see more of it. I'm on board with shorter matches, maybe even also fewer matches. And when she gets in trouble, when the match starts going long, it looks like she's in trouble. She has to cheat
She'll
every
cheat.
time. Every time. You know why? Because she's a heel. That's what they do. It's easy. It's right there. It's right there. Just do it, and it protects her because
Yeah,
it doesn't expose her as maybe still needing some work in the ring, you know?
that's
And
what
then
I'm
you
saying.
send her
Like not
down to the
everybody's
perform.
got to. You gotta you turn her look into her power. Like you
Yeah.
see, she looks like she can do these things. Stop
Mm-hmm.
letting these girls make a fool out of her.
Mm-hmm.
Like she just look, she's just not the best wrestler. She's just not, and that's
Mm-hmm.
okay. That's fine. She has strengths, and that's just you made this investment. Okay, you want it to work. Just listen to what he said. Okay,
Both of
this
us.
way you just just focus on the meat, man. Like, look at that. Like this, she's just, oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just
She's
let her
statuesque.
run. Okay, and look, I might be going crazy. I might be deluded here. Bring the meme back. Remember, it was like when Roman Reigns, he
Mm-hmm.
was winning and winning and winning and winning. And eventually there's like this guy, he started doing videos where it's like it's Roman Reigns versus Goku or something. And then the guy's like getting excited and stuff. And then he's watching it on his phone and shit. And all of a sudden he hears 1, 2, 3. And then it's Roman Reigns music plays and he goes just like this.
Yep.
So, with Jade,
Mm-hmm.
she goes out there, she's fighting whoever it is. Whoever it is. 1, 2, 3, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
It's done. Okay. Make a monster out of your women's world champion. Okay. And you can still keep your title changes. You know, with what? Your U.S. championship that's doing fuck all. All right. It's on a great wrestler. I love to use in WWE 2K25. Julia, she's fun. I like her move set. I think she's great. Arrivederci. Okay, great. She should have just beat the shit out of Chelsea Green, but I guess she can't because they're both heels. But the disrespect, longest. It's gonna be Julia next. She's gonna be the longest.
Yep.
Did I miss anything from the pre-show notes? By the way,
Ooh, good question.
Cody and Drew.
Cody and
Is that
Drew. Cody and Drew.
Cody still doesn't think Drew still will not admit it that he did it. He's also saying, "Look, man, to all this, like, I didn't do this because if you thought I did this, then you wouldn't have made this match for me versus Cody
Mm-hmm.
at Saturday Night's main event. You wouldn't give me the match. So now we got a bit of a mystery on our hands. Which, if it just winds up being an MFT, because that I'm like, listen, no, let's separate Jacob from this. Like I thought he was doing his thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
There's a
definitely not
phrase,
Cody.
breakout star, for a reason.
Yeah,
Break him
we did
out. Keep
speculate
him
Randy.
out of it.
We did
Hmm?
speculate Randy. We did
Yeah.
speculate Randy.
Could be Randy. Could be this guy who's just walking.
Yeah, maybe
We don't know
somebody
if
just
that's Raw or
bumped in.
SmackDown.
We don't know. Maybe they bumped into the thing and it just fell on them, and they're like, "Oh shit,
Yeah.
oh shit! He's actually a
Shoulders
guy. I
too
gotta get
wide.
out of here."
Hmm.
Yeah, maybe not even. He was like on his phone. He's just walking.
Hmm.
It's like, oh shit, and he just gets the hell
Yeah.
out of there because he's like, imagine it's just like one of the guys that Jacob Fatu intimidated when he was in the Bloodline, and they'd show up. They try to go through the security. It's like one of those guys, and they're like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. He's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me. I gotta go. Please don't. I gotta go. And then he just fucks up on out of there. I
Great.
don't. I don't think Drew's gonna beat Cody. It's going to be always the bridesmaid, never the bride for Drew McIntyre, and for a little bit. I don't think if
It's already been a bit.
Tiffany Stratton drops the belt and there's no world champion, I don't think the move is to put the quarterback on Drew right now. Because right now his character is everybody screwing me guy still. I don't think they see it yet. I think Cody still hangs on to it.
So, so then Drew wins it at Rumble?
You think Drew
Mania? Won't
wins
be
it,
Survivor Series.
period. You just want Drew to have it.
I think he's. I think he should get it. Dude's been doing great work. You know, like his character right now is you screwed me, this one screwed me, that one screwed me, they're all screwing me, whatever. The old um Ted DiBiase, he tried to fuck on me. I think it's coming. I think it's coming soon that he's gonna get the title. And
Well,
he's going
Rich,
to go on
there
a rant
is.
how he proved everybody wrong, and then maybe he doesn't hold it long.
You can, what is it? You can hope in one hand and poop in the other. You see which one fills up faster or something. I don't know what that means
It's,
exactly.
it seems to work. But I have
It's yeah.
so Friday saw shenanigans. Drew, Cody, Jimmy got involved. Jimmy got knocked out, and I have right
Well,
here.
he wanted to fight with Drew McIntyre. He
Yeah,
asked for that.
yeah. So we got after we need to share audio. So
Oh
after
my
Jimmy got knocked
god.
out, I
I want to
know.
apologize to everyone who's been blinded by you still
Blinded
don't
by the
have
light.
dark mode. I thought we had this conversation. This is ridiculous. But if you can read that, which by the way, luckily I've saw this already, so I don't have to read it again.
Apologies. So, Drew said, "Proceed with caution," which is of course Naomi's catchphrase. And you see Naomi respond with, "Who can volunteer as tribute to carry my baby a few days so I can beat Drew's ass?" So, of course, it didn't end there because Drew then follows up with, "I love you, but I really hope that baby ain't a bitch like his daddy."
Yeah, well, it's true, and I did see that. Thank you for that. Oh my god, dude. Dark mode is
I kind of,
bad for you. No wonder
it
you're not
was.
sleeping.
Where is it?
That's
I don't know
bad for
where it
your
is.
eyes. Like the
Settings. There it is.
brightness from like the computer and stuff like that, that's not good for
Mm.
you.
I'm hardly on X on my desktop.
Doesn't matter. That means all your other stuff's not in dark mode either. I'm just
Most of
going
my
under
stuff
the
is
assumption. What about
display.
you? Is your StreamYards in dark mode?
Yes,
Thank God. Oh my. Okay, at least he's not too
dim.
far gone,
There.
chat.
It's in
He's still
dim.
alive.
I switched it.
Good.
I fixed it.
Thank God. Don't ever, if you ever again, I will look. The commission's gonna find you. I'm gonna have to go to them. I'm gonna have to go to the commission.
Find me. They gotta find me first.
They have your address.
Damn
It's
it.
in the documents.
God damn
All right,
it. Should
buddy.
have found me.
So I think that's it, right? I think we covered a lot of stuff today. We'll shot the shit, as it were, on another episode of the Facebook Bookers podcast.
Yeah. This was fun. I'm glad. I'm glad Jade's a heel. I've been waiting for it. It should have been immediate, but man, you can't just bring in someone like that and like right off the bat and have her be a face. I guess they probably wanted her to try and learn from Bianca, but
I think, but like the fact that she was a heel, and that's what
mm,
got her over in the first place. Like, why wouldn't you just have her come in and be a menace? I don't know.
maybe they just
They were
didn't
probably
want
like
to
they're gonna
copy.
cheer for her because she comes in. They're gonna cheer anyway. I don't know.
Who knows? Anyway, let us know what you thought of Raw and SmackDown down below. Apparently, we have a new NXT Women's Champion, Tatum Paxley.
New
Thanks
North
to everyone.
American champion Blake Monroe. She beat
Ooh.
Zarya, who was defending the North American Championship for Sol Ruca, who couldn't defend it due to injury. So that's going to add a little extra spice to that storyline. The breakup seems to be coming soon.
Interesting. So I imagine Sol Ruka is going to be coming up. Maybe Zarya too. Who knows? Either way, thanks for checking us out. Do us a solid, as Jared mentioned. 69% of you are not subscribed, so do a solid. Hit the subscribe button. Really help us out. Let us know in the comments all your thoughts. And as always, just got a party message.
I see you StreamYard sneaking into the like and subscribe. The match of life is scheduled for one fall. So make it count.
Do what the man says.
Follow the Booker.